Hey guys, it's your girl Aubrey, back with another Aubrey's Learning Corner. Woo! So, today we have got another thing in biology. Listen, you can't blame me. I love learning about the human body and stuff on Earth. Like, isn't that super cool? Alright, anyways, today's topic is respiratory system. And the respiratory system is breathing. Breathing. The respiratory system consists of the organs of breathing. There we go. These include the nose, the pharynx, the cavity behind the nose and the mouth. No, not the cavity you're thinking of. Not a tooth cavity. The trachea, the windpipe, the larynx, or the voice box. I never knew I could do that. The voice box. Knock, knock, knock. That's cool. And the lungs. The respiratory system performs two main functions: delivering oxygen to the blood through inspiration and ridding the body of carbon dioxide through expiration, or inhaling for delivering oxygen to the blood and ridding the body of carbon dioxide through exhaling. Isn't that so cool? How your body can just naturally, it's just a cycle. In oxygen, out carbon dioxide. That's so interesting. I've never really figured out how it happens. So you know what? Why it happens. So we are going to figure that out today. The cells of the body need oxygen to break down and release the energy in food. During this process, carbon dioxide forms as a waste product. Okay, that's why there's carbon dioxide in our body. Upper respiratory tract. Oxygen enters the body when a person inhales. Air entering the respiratory system goes first to the upper respiratory tract, the nose, pharynx, and larynx, where it is filtered, warmed, and moistened. Lower respiratory tract. The lower respiratory tract begins with the trachea, at the end of which it divides into two bronchi, one entering the left lung and the other into the right lung. Left lung, right lung. Whatever. Inside the lung, these bronchi continue to subdivide into smaller bronchi, then into bronchioles, and then finally into tiny, thin-walled, balloon-like air sacs, the alveoli. The alveoli consist of the bulk of lung tissue. There are an estimated 300 million of these air sacs in an average adult. It is these alveoli, rather than the chest, that actually expand or contract during breathing. And provide the vital surface needed for intake of oxygen into the blood. The pleura is an airtight membranous. You guys, just take a sip. Okay. The pleura. The pleura is an airtight membranous sac that covers the lungs as well as the inner walls of the chest. The pleura secretes a lubricating fluid that prevents the pleural layers from rubbing against the chest wall. Wow. I've never thought about that before. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathing involves inspiration, the act of inhaling. Breathing involves inspiration. No, not the inspiration you see on IG Reels or TikTok or Snapchat Spotlight or YouTube Shorts. Not any of that. It is actually the act of inhaling. And expiration, not expiration or expiration. Expiration, the act of exhaling. As the diaphragm, the large muscle that forms the chest cavity floor, contracts, it creates a partial vacuum in the chest cavity. This allows air to rush in and fill the trachea, bronchi, and alveoli. With the drawing in of air, the alveoli expand. Relaxation of the diaphragm muscles forces the air out again. With the expulsion of air, the alveoli contract. Now, let's keep reading. After Okay, let's keep reading. The lungs weigh about 2.5 pounds or 1.1 kilograms. Whoa, okay, all right. They can hold from 3 to 5 quarts, or 2.8 to 2.48. The lungs weigh about 2.5 pounds, or 1.1 kilograms. Not as light as I expected, actually. They can hold from 3 to 5 quarts, or 2.8 to 4.8 liters of air. Hot diggity down, that's a man. I'm kidding. The right lung consists of 3 lobes or sections, and the left lung consists of 2 lobes. A lung has a spongy texture and may be thought of as an elastic bag filled with millions of tiny air chambers, the alveoli. The brain's role. The rate and depth of breathing are controlled by the respiratory centers in the brain, one located in the medulla oblongata. Yeah, oblongata. I spent like 20 minutes working on that freaking word. These centers are sensitive to the blood's chemical content, especially to carbon dioxide. During sleep, the amount of carbon dioxide in the blood is low, and the respiratory centers slow down the breathing rate. During waking hours, with more vigorous exertion, there is an increased amount of carbon dioxide in the blood. This automatically stimulates deep and rapid breathing. Carbon dioxide or oxygen exchange. The circulatory system carries oxygen to the body tissues and carries carbon dioxide away from them in the blood. Carbon dioxide and oxygen are exchanged in the lungs, which lie close to the heart. Each lung contains millions of alveoli or air sacs. Blood vessels only on the bottom sac surround each alveolus. Whoa. As blood flows through these vessels, it releases carbon dioxide, a waste picked up from the body tissues, into the alveoli. Then it receives fresh oxygen from the alveoli. Tiny hairs and mucus. The nasal passages are... Yeah, I said that right. The nasal passages are lined with tiny hair-like structures called cilia and a sticky substance called mucus. There's a lot of that when you're thick. Just got over thickness. The cold. Ugh. When we inhale and air enters the body through the nose or the mouth, the cilia and the mucus filters dust from the air, keeping foreign bodies from entering the lungs. Exercise. As the body exerts itself during exercise, the muscles need more oxygen. The body responds by taking more frequent breaths to ensure that the right amount of oxygen is taken in and the right amount of carbon dioxide is let out. Alrighty, you guys, I am done with this page for today. But don't be sad, don't cry. I'll be back tomorrow with a new topic to talk about. And always remember, it's cool to be a nerd. Nerds are smart. They learn so much, just like you and I do in this book. All right, I will see you tomorrow with a new topic to talk about. Goodbye.